everyone, welcome back to the channel. I hope you are all doing well. It's super nice and sunny outside and I am bringing you a very exciting unboxing and review today, as you can probably tell by the title anyway. I have been sent some products from Secrets in Lace, and this video is in collaboration with them, so I'm super excited about that, and I'm super excited to try some products. Now, I have purchased a pair of stockings from Secrets in Lace once before, so it's going to be exciting to try some more basically. So I have been sent some hosiery and some lingerie. Now, obviously the lingerie isn't going to be reviewed as yet here on YouTube, just because I'm not sure I want to deal with all of the flagging and all that sort of stuff. So it is going to be the hosiery, and I am going to preface that the packaging has already been opened and they do come a lot more neatly wrapped than this right here. So yeah, just remember, when you actually receive your product, it usually looks a lot more sharp and crisp and less dishevelled. But as I say, I've opened this packet already just to take out the lingerie and all that sort of thing. So when you do get your product, as I say, it's usually much nicer packed, but it is packed in this rather beautifully branded tissue paper, which has the Secrets in Lace on there, fine nylons established in 1984. And it's just really lovely to be able to open something with some tissue. It has the little stickers to stick everything down, and yeah, it's just a really nice touch to have, you know, something wrapped a little bit more. So that is how it will come to you. And you'll open it up. Me attacking it. You'll open it up and you will see your product inside right here. So, what have I got in store for you today? So these are the Premier European Heel 100% nylon stockings. I have them in the colour beige and they are in the size opera. And if you would like to find them on the website, you can find them on the search bar, style 9600. Let me turn that the right way around for you. 9600. These stockings you can purchase on the Secrets in Lace website. They do have a US, a European and a UK, so it just makes it a little bit easier if you're ordering from different areas of the world for customs and shipping and taxes and things like that. So in pounds, you can buy these for £36.14. And what does it say on their website? Our European heel full fashion stockings have a square heel termination, unlike the pointed French heel. It also has all the genuine features of a 1950s fully fashioned stocking. There are 15 denier with a sewn back seam and a keyhole at the top of the stocking welt, exclusive signature welt imprint, and a fully knit heel and toe reinforcement. And these actually come in lots of different colours as well. You can get black, white, brown, beige, a copper, a navy, and you can also buy them in a lilac and a pink, which when I saw the lilac ones, they are just stunning. But let's look at the actual product I have in front of me here. So, fully fashioned 100% nylon stockings obviously work slightly different to your mainstream hosiery in terms of sizing. They are 100% nylon. Most of the stockings that you hear me talk about have some form of elastane in them. These obviously do not. So they have very, very minimal stretch to them. It's a very classically made stocking. So you do have to be a little bit more vigilant regarding the sizing. Now, Secrets in Lace do their predominant sizing via height. So you can go from petite, small, medium, long to opera. And you can obviously see here, heights wise, what it tells you the proportions are. So in theory for me, going by height, 5'4" to 5'9" would fit me well in terms of a medium. But because I actually have quite, I guess, a shapely leg, I actually tend to opt for an opera, which of course, as you can see, is the 6 foot plus. So for me, what happens is, because they stretch or they move outwards, it actually kind of shortens them. So I tend to go for the taller, just so that it can still come out this way and still give me enough length that way. I do find that the feet tend to sometimes be a little bit bigger on me because I have very narrow, small feet, very narrow ankles, slightly more shapely calf, and then my thighs are, you know, quite a bit larger. So in order for them to stretch all the way and fit, I tend to go for the biggest size that they generally do. So packaging, very simple, very elegant, absolutely sort of no issues with that at all. Very simple here. It's interesting that they have decided to keep this completely sort of empty. As you know, most hosiery brands will have some sort of picture of the product on the front. And I think it's quite an interesting that they haven't done that. And again, I think it kind of adds a little bit to the sort of high-end feel that these kind of carry. But of course, obviously on this back here, you can see their signature branding. I have been told that exclusively Secrets in Lace manufacture their logo on the right hand stocking, on the right hand side of the thigh, and that's the only place that they put it. But I'm excited to delve into these and get them open. So I am going to be off camera putting these on with some gloves, just to protect them a little bit further, because I do have sort of longer nails. And you never know how jagged your nails are until you're putting on a pair of hosiery. But here we have them. They are, of course, wrapped around an extra piece of the cardboard. Now, these are going to look incredibly long, but I'm just going to show you the one with the branding. So I'm going to pop that one to one side, and I'm going to show you this particular one here. So as you can see, these are super long, and you might be thinking that I'm absolutely not that tall. But like I said, because they sort of stretch outwards, it actually sort of brings the length sort of down. It's just quite an interesting way that it works. But as you can see, as I've said, we have the gorgeous Secrets in Lace stamp on them with the fully fashioned 15 denier, 100% nylon. And as you can see, everything is beautiful quality. I love this sort of detail at the top here. It isn't just completely flat, and I kind of like that there's a little bit of almost like a scalloped edge to it. We have this sort of gorgeous extra detail of sort of double line reinforcement across the top there as well, which is really beautiful. And as you can see with Fully Fashioned, they are completely shaped already. So you can sort of see that there is a width to the thigh. Then you'll see that it sort of goes in a little bit towards this knee area. So it's come out here, goes in at the knee, and then it comes out in the calf shape here, which you can see. And then when I go all the way down to the foot, you can see that it's shaped. Now, like I said before, it's a very long foot. It's very inclusive. So if you have larger feet, I think you're going to do quite well there. But yeah, you can see that everything is perfectly shaped. And then I'm going to just show you the back of the stocking here. And here is that keyhole detail that it was talking about here. So the top of this is double layered, as you can see. I can put my fingers in, and that is sort of what gives it that keyhole shape when you put it on, and it stretches. And it's also, of course, it's a stocking top, so it's reinforced there by being double layered. But as you can see, the seam is very, very fine, the back seam. And it goes all the way down. It's going to take me a while to go all the way down the length before I can show you the foot. But you can see that that back seam is very, very fine. Keep going all the way down until we actually get to the foot. So you can see here, this is the start of the reinforced heel. Now, as it said on the website, these are the European, so they are squared off, unlike the French heel. But you can just kind of see that wonderful reinforcement there. Going on to the heel is just sitting here, all the way underneath the foot, you can see, until we get to the toes, and then the front side of the toes, and we can see that lovely reinforcement there. And you can also see that this line across here is quite square, and then there's a little bit where it shapes on a curve, which obviously follows the contours of your toes more, because the toes at the side obviously create that kind of slope. So it's also got a really lovely shaping there. Just a little bit more attention to detail. So not only are these beautifully finished, they're incredibly soft, incredibly fine, and yeah, beautifully manufactured. So for me, now comes the hard part of putting them on. But like I said, and you probably should, if you're somebody who's new to wearing 100% nylon stockings, I would always recommend that you put on doesn't matter about the colour, but a set of cotton gloves, just to protect them from your hands, basically. It does help you get them on a bit easier as well. So that is exactly what I'm going to do. I'm going to pop them on, and we are going to see how they look, how they fit, and what we think in terms of quality. Okay, so I have the stockings on, and I have to say, with the help of my cotton gloves, these were actually the first pair of 100% nylon stockings that have actually felt quite easy to put on. They have this character of feeling really robust and really fine at the same time. So yeah, I wasn't absolutely sort of terrified, but yeah, the gloves certainly help. So if you don't have any and you plan on getting some 100% nylons, then definitely make sure you do that too. So these were definitely the size for me. As you saw, they sort of came up to about here, but actually these sit perfectly in the perfect place on my legs. So it just goes to show you that that kind of stretch there shortens the length of them, because I'm 5'7", not over 6 foot. So yeah, but let me show you how they look. So first of all, these are in the beige colour, and I think they're actually a really lovely colour on my skin tone. If I compare them with my arm, you can see there that they're almost invisible actually on the skin. So really lovely colour match with my tone, and they've got a really lovely kind of a light sheen to them, so it almost looks like you've put a little bit of like moisturiser on the leg or something like that. So yeah, it's just got a really nice texture to it. So I'm going to show you the foot part first, as always. So I was a little bit worried that these would be much too big on my feet, but actually they're okay. As you can tell, they're possibly a little bit long here, but I expect that given the sizing of them. But as I said before, these are of course reinforced, and you have this sort of lovely slope round of reinforcement that covers all of the toes in actually the sort of perfect shape, rather than just sort of cutting across and either leaving out one of the toes or over covering toes. It's that little lovely shape is really nice there. And then obviously we have the reinforcement on the bottom, quite a thin fine reinforcement slip just down the middle of the foot, and yeah, up onto the heel itself. Now I'll give you a even better look of that when I'm standing, obviously, but yeah, really lovely. And actually, again, I feel like it fits quite nicely around the foot. Obviously, as I said, the heel is shaped and the foot is generally kind of larger than my own, but actually it seems to be sitting quite nicely. It could probably do with coming down a little bit, but it's sitting quite nicely, fitting really gorgeously around the ankle. And yeah, up on to the knee. There's a little bit of room here, which is lovely, just gives it a little bit of sort of soft movement, and you get those sort of little bit of nylon wrinkles kind of coming in. But yeah, let me stand up and sort of show you how they are looking. So from the front, really fine, really wonderful texture. Like I say, they've got a little bit of that kind of glossy sheen to them, very subtle, nothing sort of too much. And then we have the seam at the back, which again is really fine, really delicate, really elegant. These are the perfect sort of everyday, your legs but better in a fully fashioned stocking, basically. Really beautiful. They feel really hard wearing as well, despite them being so sort of sheer and soft. And then in terms of sort of coming up the leg, I will show you the top here, which, as you can see, has also got a really gorgeous sort of design feature and detail to it. Here you have the double sort of lined top, and then that interesting sort of reinforced detail here just adds a little bit of something to it. Now, interestingly, I usually prefer a deeper top to my stockings, but I think because these are actually very well structured, they're not sort of rolling. Obviously I have a suspender belt on, which helps too. So yeah, that's kind of really lovely. And then, as you can see, we have the trademark logo on that right hand side right there, which is a lovely sort of elegant statement. Really beautiful. So these have to be one of the slightly better fitting stockings, fully fashioned 100% nylon stockings that I've had before. The only sort of thing here is just that it rolls a little bit in the corners, but that is definitely to be expected because there is no stretch to them. But when I sit down, sometimes with previous 100% nylon stockings that I've tried, when I sit down they sort of like instantly cut into my inner thigh and it's just super duper uncomfortable, which is not what these are doing, so that's really lovely as well. Overall, they are really beautifully manufactured. They're beautifully designed. Every sort of element is really wonderfully put together. And yeah, in terms of sizing, it's obviously a completely sort of different world to step into 100% nylons, vintage stockings, but I would say that if you are slim and around 6 foot, these would also fit. I think if you have a larger foot, they would also fit there. So there is a lot of size range in these. You just sort of have to remember that because there's no stretch that way, anything that makes it that way takes length off of it. There are lots and lots of different information and ways of looking at sizing regarding 100% nylons that will kind of help you see whether or not there's something that you can wear. But take a look on the Secrets in Lace website. There's a lot of super useful information there if you are new to 100% nylon stockings, and also they do provide some of the sort of, well, I think it says on their card, which I have put somewhere else, that the stockings came wrapped in, that they sell, I can't remember the amount, here we go, I was just reading it earlier. What does it say? They have almost 50 exclusive different styles. So if you are looking for lots of different stockings, lots of different heel styles, top styles, colours, different ways of being manufactured, then definitely check out Secrets in Lace. And I'm going to give these stockings, I think I'm going to give them a 10 out of 10. The fitting is always like not 100% perfect for me, but retro nylon stockings have never been 100% perfect for me, but these are the best that I've had. So I'm definitely going to give them a 10 out of 10. Beautifully finished. I think they look wonderful. I think you can wear them for lots of different occasions if you are somebody that likes to wear stockings. Yeah, they are a really beautiful finish. And yes, they may be on the more expensive side, £36, but you are buying, if you're going to buy fully fashioned, then at least you know that you are buying incredible quality. So yeah, 10 out of 10 for me. Let me know what you think of these in the comments below, and let me know if you tried Secrets in Lace before and what your experience has been. But so far mine has been super duper positive, and I look forward to unboxing and reviewing some more for you. But that is going to be it from me, and I'll see you all in the next review. Bye.